Back here in Sarasota, Scott Coolbaugh, the Oriole hitting instructor, kind enough to join us here as we go to the second inning. Scott, we talk about points of emphasis that Buck has overall for the team. How about from your perspective this spring, the point or points of emphasis for the hitters?
I think the biggest thing for us is, I'd kind of challenge them then to creating more opportunities for ourselves throughout the year and starts in the spring training. A lot of people say, well, that means you need more walks, but not necessarily. But if the walk is there, take it and just create as many opportunities as we can, because we did some good things last year, hitting with runners in scoring position. We had some guys do really well with runners at third, less than 2 outs. So we just need to create some more. The last 5 years, we've been last in American League in those opportunities, so we need to do a better job.
Scott, how much does an addition like Alex Cobb actually, does it rub off and help the offense, do you think?
Well, I think it's going to energize the guys. I think they, with the pitching staff that we have with Cashner and Cobb and those guys, I think that they're going to feel like there's an opportunity to, hold teams down, to give ourselves a chance each and every night, and that should energize the offense to go out there and score some runs.
J.D. Martinez playing in left field, the newest member of the Red Sox, who has always been a real sore spot for the Orioles, either robbing of home runs or driving in runs when he was with the Detroit Tigers. I still see those catches he made in right field going up over the wall, right, hauling them in. And now he joins. He'll be playing some outfield, first base, and DHing. Delivery will be put up in the air to right field. A little bit under that one. Colby Rasmus will move in, and he will put it away. Scott, we were talking about Manny and the great numbers he's put up. Have you seen anything different offensively from him this spring?
No, I think that, he's staying with it himself. He's been really engaged since day one coming in. He was like that a lot last year before he went to the WBC. So I'm encouraged on what's in store with him. A lot of guys have really bought into some of the things we addressed in the spring, and it's good to see. Jonathan Scopes had a great spring. Jonesy, all the guys really have done a great job, and I'm looking forward to the season starting.
Hey, Scott, do you think that this is the year that we finally see teams really start to try to beat the shift?
Deep to center field. That ball is tagged way back at the wall, and goodbye home run. He's DHing today. He will be the starting catcher on opening day for the Red Sox. And Vasquez delivers the long ball, and the Red Sox get a run, 1-0.
Guess that's how you beat the shift right there.
Yeah, I think the shift doesn't matter on that swing right there. Unfortunately, it was against us. So we do that plenty enough. But going back to your question, I really believe that teams are, well, especially our team, some guys have tried to do it. And it's been good to see. Chris tried to bunt there in the first inning, and the other day in a simulated game yesterday against Cashner, he laid down a bunt for a hit. So I think if it's there, you got to take it. And guys are realizing that, hopefully it spreads them out again. If it doesn't, then keep taking those, and it'll create opportunities with getting guys on base, and with the power that we have in the lineup, that's possibly a 2-run homer, 3-run homers.
Scott Coolbaugh, hitting coach of the Orioles, joining us here. Scott, I know one of the things you always look for in the first week of the regular season, you get things done in spring training, and for every team there's always the concern of, will that get carried over when the season starts and the adrenaline starts flowing? What do you think?
I think so. I think it's just something I have to stay on top of and address to them periodically, just a little reminder of things we did well. That's something I'm going to address at the end of spring training when we break, is how well we went about it in spring training, and carry that over into the season. And no matter, what we're faced with, the adversities we face with during the season, to stick with it. Don't get away from it, because those are the little things that are going to help you carry out throughout the season and a chance to win on a given night.
Hey, Scott, last year Trey Mancini, basically he hit his way onto the team. Santander, Rule 5 player that's got to be with the big club for 44, 45 days anyway, is having a monster swing. I mean, can you talk about his offensive game?
Well, I think that coming in last year, he tried to get big and get stronger too fast, and really spent a lot of time, with his upper body, and he got real tight. You could see the swing was tight, and it kind of carried through going off the injury. And I think this offseason he really, changed the way he went about his body. He loosened up a lot more, stretched out, and you can see the fluidness in his swing, the looseness in his swing, and he's been able to make adjustments. I really like the way he's got about his business. He hasn't try to do too much, and I look for a lot of good things happening from him this year because, he's shown now the hitter that we were all kind of expecting when we got him in the Rule 5 draft.
Scott, we really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time here. We look forward to talking to you when we get back home and on the road with the regular season. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Always a pleasure.